It is a beautiful night for football here in the Midwest as we are at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Houston Texans. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Carry for the LSU man. It's Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Right at the line. Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, for the Texans here, you wonder just how long it's going to take to get over the loss to the Chiefs in the postseason last year in the divisional round. Yeah, the Texans had a 24-0 lead on the road. Normally you'd consider that ball game, but not when Patrick Mahomes is on the other side of the field as those Chiefs rallied back to win one of 3 times. Oh, the ball is out. Edwards-Helaire lost it, and the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Good. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now these two quarterbacks in this one, Mahomes and Watson, so much in common. Drafted 2 picks apart from one another in 2017. Mahomes going 10th to Kansas City, Watson at 12 to Houston. Both Pro Bowlers early in their careers, of course. And Mahomes has the MVP and a Super Bowl ring, so he kind of has the leg up to this point. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
On the tackle.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Mahomes complete to his tight end. It's Kelsey. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
I know it's a little bit of a cliche to talk about all the tight ends who are really wide receivers in the NFL, but Travis Kelsey fits that perfectly. He led all tight ends last season with over 1,200 yards receiving, 4th in the NFL. I think he's one of the gold standards in the league for the tight end position, And I don't know if anyone has any more fun playing the game than Travis Kelce.
He's brought down.
Give the tackle there to Keon Crossan.
It's a gain.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On second down now, it's Bell, and he stopped immediately there.
Again, the ball carrier.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And this is caught by Watkins. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
34-yard line.
Here's Bell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes, eluding the pressure. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes taking it in. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, first and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on second and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Watson. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Mecole Hardman, Pro Bowler last year as a rookie, is deep for KC. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it's Chiefs football, first and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
I don't think there's any doubt that we'll see a little bit more of Mecole Hardman as a receiver in year 2. First year, used him a little bit as a gimmick. Throw it to him occasionally, some jet sweeps, maybe some return game. But he really came on late in the season. 538 yards, 6 touchdowns. A pretty darn good year for a rookie receiver. And really made his huge impact as a return guy. Earned a Pro Bowl nomination in his first season.
42-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Looking to throw is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now first and 10. This is Bell. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, 42 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, first and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there. And there we saw completion.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
With the score.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
That's caught out wide by Cooks. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
A gain of 2.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
Yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's gotten them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Mahomes. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. 30, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 64 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. That is a dangerous combination right there as we are learning quickly. Mahomes to Hill.
And think about the number of ways that they are dangerous, because Hill can run past anyone, so he can throw it all the way downfield to him. But also on the shorter catches, as we saw here, catch it underneath, catch it in front of someone, he makes a move or uses his speed, and he's still gone. Either way, he can go the distance.
And either way, good luck. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 2nd and 7, Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much...
And now the rookie's free. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Tackle made by Whitney Mercilus.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And it's complete to Kelce. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Got an open man, it's QT. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big pickup of 38. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now Edwards-Helaire, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Not the kind of game that will go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Now Kaepernick, his first toss off the bench. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargreaves, the one who was there defensively.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Watson, he fakes to Johnson and now looks to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball to their territory.
They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
At the 25-yard line.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st
and Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And he'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now here's Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
10 at the 30-yard line.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
10 at the 25-yard line.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Watson on first down. Off to Geis on the screen. Space to maneuver at the 40. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48.
Complete to Darius.
A very solid gain of 27.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Quick throw completed by Watson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And the catch there by Brandon Cooks. And it's hard to believe that he's on his 4th team in 5 years because he's produced everywhere that he's been. Houston hoping to see the Brandon Cooks that they saw in New Orleans, in New England, and in Los Angeles. 2019, though, was his first year under 1,000 yards since 2014. He's looking for a bounce back.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
55, my God, 55.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A game there of 30 big ones.
That certainly made you think back to last year's Super Bowl because it was these two, Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill. They connected on a play not all that much different from this one that really turned the tide in that ball game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes, a screen to Bell. And he gets it down to the 32. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Completes it to Hardman. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Throwing again is Watson. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Chiefs 34. Texans.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Le'Veon Bell. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On the draw, they go to Geis. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Watson to give. This is Johnson. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night.
For the Texans.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And 7 at the 18-yard line.
as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Check.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to kick it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
1st down.
This is it. 19. Check 56. Cover 55.
A quick throw out wide to Fuller. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Complete to Will Fuller. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 17-yard line.
From the 17, Watson, open man, the tight end fells. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. It's been a problem, just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Watch the run. Watch him out.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This game is all but over after that last 4th down stop. The only question left, will they play conservative and run the clock, or trying to pour some salt in the wound? Now, he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Ross Blacklock on the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
1 yard gain. Brings up second and...
Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run.
Push him back. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Brennan.
They know that old expression, it's not my night.
A 2-yard.
It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They got a yard on first, 2 on second, and 3 here on third.
It's 4th down.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. 23 yards on the play.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 34.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
This will be caught inside the 10. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. On the ground, Geis. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown, Houston.
Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans get a bit closer.
That's been a tough day, but they finally were able to get one into the end zone, and maybe the offense will feel a little bit better about itself going into next week.
And if you're a coach taking that into next week, I know you're upset, but it is a little bit more respectable, somewhat of a moral victory, right?
Yeah, they probably won't say a lot of that to the team, but it is true. It's something for them to build on, and then they can call their mom and tell her, hey, Mom, for your fantasy points, we got you a few down the stretch.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And they will take a knee here. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Complete.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
Watson sack. A loss of 12 yards.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Texans.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our